And we are live 12:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, March 24th, 2024. Mark Kulak here, and have a little bit of a working session today, if you will. This hopefully won't take too long. I just updated my tiles introduction. I just call it the sliding tiles introduction. And it's a bit of a project. It needs to be done once in a while because, there may be some older videos that no longer represent my current beliefs, current assessments. And of course, there's a lot of new content, and it just grows and matures, right? So it's about it's quite a few hours of investment. And I'm a one person shop. And I'm just, if I can do something cool, I just don't believe in, keeping it, like some sort of like trade secret, secret recipe, whatever. If this helps out one other person, that's awesome. So what I'm able to do is I make these introductions here, and let's see if I can actually one second here, YouTube. If I log in, a different account here. Come on, where's my? Oh, interesting. I can't actually see it. Oh, you know why? Because I posted it on my Live3 account. Huh. Stupid me. So this is what it looks like, right? So you see all these different images, and they represent different thumbnails or cover slides, if you will, for the different videos. On most video platforms, they ask, or at least they give you the option, to have a covered slide. Now, if you don't provide one, most video platforms will just randomly select an image. It could be like the very first, from the first second or somewhere in the middle or whatever. But what's cool is that if you draw one up, you can give it a title, you can give it ID, everything else. And so I take the covers that I have for my videos, and I keep them pretty well organized. And I use them as part of this visual. Now, what I love about this visual is I can play this on almost any show. It's irregular enough in timing that I can almost play any music. And it will give the impression that at some points it's synchronized, even though it totally isn't. All right? And it plays for about 6 minutes. So I start my videos, I can get this going, and then I can talk a little bit, introduce the time, maybe play a song, whatever. It's also great because it provides some context and some background and type of videos that I've done in the past. Okay, so with that all said, how would one make something like this? Well, first and foremost, you're going to need the images themselves. And I can go over how I have those organized. But the tool that I use, I should say the platform that I use is a subscription. And this is one of my itemized expenses to a company called Renderforest. Think of rendering, image rendering. And I think it's like $10 a month, or, for the more premium package, it's like $180 a year or something like that. And this is really the main exercise I use it for each year. And when you go to Renderforest, they give you an amazing selection of different types of introductions that you can make. You can visualize, you can have, fancy introductions where your logo will spin and sparks will come out, or you can use it to make educational videos, how-to videos with sort of pre-drawn animation. There's a lot of different templates that you can use in Renderforest. Now, the one template that I use, let's see, if you go to create a video, see, sometimes you got specialty ones for Easter or whatever the big holiday is, New Year's Eve, photos. This is a good, like a photo Okay, photo gallery, walk, etc., etc. Beat visualizers. But there's one in particular, and if you just go to the introductory search bar, you type sliding, and you got this one here. Now I can click play. So Renderforest has this one template called Sliding Frames Intro. It's only a 15-second introduction. You give the video 12 images, right, when you go to create it, and one image, which is the final, how would you say, final second. It will show your vendor logo. In this case here, that would be this image Renderforest. So you give it the images, and then you tell it you want it to produce the video in 720p or 1080p, full high definition. You say create, and assuming you have the account, it will create it for you, and then you can download it. So then you have a 15-second video with those 12 images which you have uploaded to it, which is very nice, okay? For some people, that might be more than sufficient. And you can see 58,000 exports. This is probably one of their most popular ones. I would say I've probably actually used this more than anyone else. Now, if you look at my introduction here, you'll notice that first off, it's 6 minutes long. It's not 15 seconds, it's 6 minutes. And I think that you probably have surmised by now that I probably just concatenated, attached a bunch of different videos together. And that's true, but it's a little bit more to it than that. Now, I have about 830 videos, official episodes, several hundred video shorts, most of which I don't have a cover for, by the way. Most of my videos, only a few video shorts I have covers for. I've had to make covers for full videos that I've shared from other platforms or things from my archive. And I have all of those pretty carefully organized, right? Now, there's a lot of those videos that, there might be like a series of videos where the cover is almost the same for each episode, aside from some color changes. Showing each one of those in this introduction would be ridiculous, right? There's just no reason to do that. So I may pick like one or two from a series such as that. But I have to go through my whole archive of videos, and I need to pull out the cover slide for each of those. If you don't already have an organization system like this to make a lengthened, complex introduction like I have, you have a lot of work to do, all right? A substantial amount of the work that needs to be done to make this possible is something that I do as part of my normal operational procedures. And that is maintaining an archive that is well organized by episodes. And I have a 1080 download. Oftentimes I have to compress it, of every episode that I've made and the cover slide. And sometimes I have some additional notes. And I have a whole directory system, or folder system, if you will, to keep all of that organized. And I also have methods where I have folders which contain, videos that I've shared as well. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a whole bunch of new videos that I've shared over the last few months, which I didn't actually copy in and put them into the new sliding frames. But I'm not going to redo it. I don't think that's totally necessary or worth the time at this point, given the fact that my time is already so compressed. So what I'll do is, as you can see here, there's a lot of randomness, right? And I can go back to the beginning here. So what I've done is, as I've said, when I go to create these 15-second videos using Renderforest, I will, first I will actually collect all the covers that I want to use. And as I've said before, there's probably a couple hundred videos I don't want to share the cover anymore. I've deleted them. You know, my research has advanced, or I didn't like my style in the past, or something like that. And then there's the shorts, then there's the shared videos, and you have to put them into a directory structure. So I make an additional copy of those. And then I create a series of folders where I actually then sort them all into that. So if you look at my folder system here, I copied all of those, and then let's see here. See, it'd probably be a little easier if you view this as icons. So you can see in this case here, I actually created 35 folders, and each folder contains 12 different video covers, right? And again, these are all copies. And I have a total of 34 of them. Now, I probably didn't need to share all these, but I found this to be the best mix. And what I'll do is I want each set of 12 to contain videos that are randomized by, or I should say, it's diverse across the 4.5 years I've been making videos. I don't want one set to be all the new stuff and one set to be all the old stuff. And I also want to have a good mix because there is a aesthetic thing to this introduction of different colors and different styles. And, you don't have to overthink it, but sometimes you just do a little bit of mixing and matching and moving stuff around. And then I've named these folders, 01 to 35. Again, I don't know. You may only have 80 images. You may have 1,000, even more than I have. I don't know. But you need to then, sort them out into individual folders. And then after I've done that exercise, I will go to, the sliding frames thing on Renderforest. And then on here, I will say, again, I'm not going to have to make this one here. But I will start copying in, the images that I may want to use for, this 15-second video here, right? And, by the time you're done, what you'll have is your 12 images copied in. And then over here, you're going to have to copy in your logo. And then when you're done, you click preview, 1080p, etc. It'll take about 10 minutes or so for it to render it, and then you can download it. If I go to my videos here, you can see these are each of my projects. So I've done a total of, matter of fact, 35 projects. Each project here contains, come on, fast video preview here. Come on. I just kind of wanted to do this for the purposes of demonstration here. I don't want this video to be more than 15 minutes. I'm already closing in on 13 minutes. And and you'll see that it's one of those 15-second videos containing just the 12 images I uploaded. So it's a dedicated Renderforest sliding, sliding frames intro with just those 12 images. And now what I'll do is I've done this 35 times for each of the 35 different folders that I have. And then after downloading those images, I should say, and then after rendering all those videos, I then download all 35 of those videos. And then I assemble them in, since I'm a Mac guy, I use iMovie. It's comes with all your Macs, etc. And I copy in the videos. Let's see if I can, do I have iMovie opened up? Here we go. Excellent. So here's iMovie. And here's the project that I just made in iMovie. Okay. And what I've done is that instead of letting each of those 35 videos play out in its full 15 seconds, I play it right up to the point where it does a particular transition. And then I'll like inch in on it, like using the zoom. Like in this case here, you can see this is the beginning of one. I should say, this is the beginning of one of those 15-second videos. I let it transition into the second wave of sliding. And then right around the 4.5 second mark of each of those videos, it transitions into sliding a different way. And at that point, I include the last 5 seconds of another video. and I kind of just clip them together. And then for each of the 15-second videos, right before they're done, and they show the logo, I then cut them right there. So if you zoom out, what I have assembled here is the first 4.7 seconds of one video. Then I have the next 5.5 seconds of another video. Then the first 3.4 seconds of one video. Then the next 5.6 seconds of another video, and so on and so forth. Why is the very first one I have 4.7 seconds? Oh, that's right, because I don't have the transitions. And between the ending of one, or second part of one, and then the first part of another one, I use the the transition filter, which is actually the cubes, or the mosaic is what they call it on iMovie. And, you have to, again, spend a little bit of time piecing them together, because you want it randomized or visual. You want it to look as randomized as possible. And then maybe at the very end, you do a couple tiny little tweaks. And for the very, very, very last video, for that one, I actually don't clip it before it goes to the image. I just allow the image to show. And that's why the full 6-minute video that is produced from this actually ends on the logo. And you don't see the logo showing all the other times because I've clipped those parts out. So you have the 4.7 seconds and 5.3 seconds. So you have a total of, let's see here, 5, 8, 9. So you basically have 9 seconds worth, or 10 seconds worth of each video, plus the 1 second for the transition, the mosaic part. 34 videos times approximately 10 seconds. What's that? 350 seconds divided by 60. What does that turn out to be? About 6 minutes. And this is 5 minutes and 58 seconds. So that's how you kind of arrive at that. So anyways, I just wanted to, I want to show how the dog food is made, right? Maybe this is helpful to somebody else. I think if I was working in product marketing at Renderforest, I would encourage you, one, to have a sliding tile intro that allows more than 12 images each. I don't like how sometimes, you'll actually see one image can be seen more than once. Like here you can see 2 Peter Daszaks and Nathan Wolfs on the right. I don't love that, right? I would suggest having 16. I mean, come on. You've been having the same sliding tile thing now for a few years. Surely you have more compute horsepower. You can handle more than 12 images. And I would also suggest, as a premium feature, automating what I just did. Allow someone to upload 800 images and just go crazy with it. And you know what? If it costs, I don't know, $250, whatever it is. I mean, I'm giving you $160, $180 a year. I think you'd get a bunch of new customers. I think that's a very cool use feature. But until you do, maybe this is going to be useful to somebody else. And then, I'll produce one of these videos that has the music on it so I can upload it and share it. But when I have it queued up on my Switcher Studio, my video switching software, I have the music turned down, of course, because I want to use whatever audio that I'm using for the current video that I'm producing. So I think that's all, everyone. I hope that's been useful. I'm not going to edit this video at all. I'm just going to take this and publish it and put it out there. Mark Kulak, Qsatonic.live. Even if you don't like me personally, and even if you don't like my content, I hope we can develop some type of kinship through appreciation for cool video editing such as this. That's it, everyone. Thank you. God bless. Take care. Happy Easter. Have a wonderful weekend.